All right, Pisces, we're going to jump into a hand view reading for today. I'm just going to see what's coming out. I am going to use a deck that I've never used before. So with that energy coming in, I feel like the energy could be, there's going to be something taking place that's out of the ordinary. So this could either be you doing something different, whether you said you would never do it, or, you know, sometimes it's an energy of, I will never do A, B, C, or D. And then you do something out of the ordinary. You're like, you know what? Whatever. I don't care. I'm going to do this. You might notice that here coming up, that's going to be the energy that you're kind of bringing forth. Or it could be that someone is feeling this way in their life right now, and that energy could pertain to you. So there could be someone that's about to do something a little like out of the ordinary, because I'm using such a different deck, okay? So let's see. What is this about? It's about someone that you don't share the same vision with. So that's who I'm bringing in. So that could be the reason why they're about to do something out of the ordinary. What does this look like? It looks like them making a choice. Ooh, I don't know if I should show this card. She's got his head. Yeah, okay, so I'm saying that someone here is wanting to approach you, but they're unsure if it's a good or a bad idea. When it comes to life, you and this person don't share the same vision. When it comes to action and movement forward, effort, things of that sort, there's a disconnect. So this could be a lover, this could be romantic, platonic, a friend, this could be a family member, this could even be a co-parent situation where a co-parent is wanting to come towards you and say, hey, listen, I would really be interested in us switching, you know, weeks. You usually get July 4th. I want July 4th. You usually get Thanksgiving. I would like Thanksgiving. But they also know that in the past, your guys' vision has been so different. One of you could be big on, let's do it for the kids. And the other one could have the mindset, yeah, but I am doing it for the kid. There could just be such a different perspective that you and this person have a hard time getting on the same path. And this person could feel that there has been a moment or an instance where you have kind of been a little bit of like off with their head. So I don't know why, but I'm quoting the movie Alice in Wonderland. So somebody could have recently watched the movie Alice in Wonderland. So why does this person want to approach you? Oh God, that flipped around. So they could want to flip something around. Okay, there's either something that they've not spoke, or they feel that there are things that you don't know that could change your perspective. So, you know, yeah, Two of Pentacles. There's a juggling energy. So somebody's wanting to approach you, but they're unsure if it's a good or a bad idea because they feel, okay, but maybe if you knew this, maybe if you knew the reason that I wanted to get the kids for Thanksgiving, or the reason that I did this or did that is because of this. It's like somebody wants to kind of plead their case, but not really. They don't want to prove you wrong or prove them right. They just want you to have the missing pieces of what they feel is a puzzle. I feel like if you knew this information, you would be more willing to help me out. Now, this could even be a coworker that feels, you know, this could be that kind of coworker that never asks for days off, but then when they need days off, they want people to take their time, their day. And you, for some of you, could have gotten fed up. I'm tired of taking your days. I'm tired of working 6 days and you working 4 because you have poor time management. I'm not doing this anymore. And this person could be feeling like, well, you know, if you knew why I needed you to work, maybe you would be willing to do it. So this person, although you've told them, no, I'm not taking your position at work. I'm not taking that day off of your schedule. Figure it out. I've got plans. They feel like if they come up to you and say, hey, listen, the reason I'm having to take off is because of this, you might be more willing to kind of understand where they're coming from, and you might be more willing to take it off their plate. So right now they're kind of in limbo. Should I reach out to you? Should I don't know. Should I? That's what I'm saying. Okay, give me a little bit more. Okay, somebody here could have sabotaged. That could be the reason why there's an unsureness. So here's the thing. This is about to go in the direction of love, or this could be a connection at work where you've misjudged this person. You don't like this person based off the fact that you can't understand why they do what they do. Here's an example. Sometimes as humans, we will get really annoyed with people who, let's use an example and say someone's late. Okay, if you're punctual and you're on time, you're going to see it as disrespectful. You're disrespectful as fuck. Not only are you bothering everybody else, but you're bothering us. Now we have to move our schedule. So there could be some sort of resentment, aggression, annoyance that's going to come out. But there could also be an energy there where you're self-sabotaging a connection where that could be possibly your best friend simply because you're not able to put yourself in their shoes. Did they grow up always being late? You know, a lot of people who are late don't like that. There's a lot of shame and guilt. And I can hear the comments now, not enough shame and guilt to make them change. You know, sometimes shame and guilt isn't what makes people change. Sometimes it's compassion, it's empathy, it's someone believing in them and saying, I know that it does bother you. Even others don't notice, but I know it bothers you that you're late. And you know what? It's okay. I'm seeing something here where there is an opportunity for a relationship to maybe be healed or to be entertained, as long as neither one of you are willing to self-sabotage it. And this person wants to come in and kind of open up some sort of communication. You know, I haven't always been the dad that I've needed to be, the mom I've needed to be, the co-parent that's been easy to deal with. I have been very set in my ways. Nope, we're going to stick to the divorce agreement. We're going to stick to the parental agreement. But there could be a conversation that's about to come forth where there is going to be a moment for you guys to maybe explore something different if you're willing to, and if they're willing to say what they need to say. And right now I'm seeing an energy of you guys not really sharing maybe the same vision. You don't approach life the same. You're just so different that it's really hard to understand one another. So it's hard to be co-workers. It's hard to figure out this love relationship. It's hard to do whatever this is because it's so new. It's so different. But I am seeing here coming up another choice coming in. Are you going to choose to be off with this person's head, so to speak? Or are you going to choose to show up from a place of love and try to be understanding and compassionate and tell them, listen, it annoys me that you never ask off because I feel like I'm always losing my days off because you have poor management skills, poor time management. Let them know, be honest. But then also ask yourself, how do I want to show up in this moment? Do I want to show up from a place of love? Do I want to be understanding and empathetic and patient? Or do I want to put my middle finger up and say, no, I'm tired of your period? You get to choose. Spirit is telling you that they do agree. You and this person are very different, which is why it's so hard for you guys to maybe juggle this relationship in such a precious manner. Okay, what does this person want with you? Well, right now this person's feeling left out in the cold. This person could be missing you. This could again be a coworker. If this is a lover, this is someone who's missing your energy. They miss talking to you. But again, the Page of Pentacles is telling me that there have been things that they've kept close to their chest and things that they've not told you, which has led to the lack energy. Now, if this is like a coworker or something like that, this could be a coworker who they want to be your friend. They want to be on your good side. They see everybody come into work and, hey, Veronica, hey, y'all, how are you? And they want to be one of those people. But you guys are so different. They don't understand you. You don't understand them, that it's kind of started unnecessary drama just because you guys don't have the same vision. How you guys show up in life, it's completely different. But I think this is a moment where you can accept someone for who they are and not try to change them, just try to understand. And understanding isn't always agreeing. You know, you can understand someone's perspective and why they do what they do or why they believe in what they believe, and it's still not be right for you. But it's being curious enough to go, okay, what's up? What's happening? Why do you do this? Why does this go on? Why are you pushing me away, pulling me in, pushing me away, pulling me in? Why are you such a hard coworker to deal with? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard to like you when you can't even ask for days off and you burden everybody else with your problems. Be honest, be upfront. But also do it from a place of love is what Spirit is asking you to do. Now, Spirit is asking you to maybe reanalyze your past. There could be something from your past, whether it was someone that you watched as you were growing up or something of that sort that has kind of molded you to handle this moment the way that you do. You know, let's say that you grew up with parents that weren't very compassionate. You might not be very compassionate, or you might be the complete opposite. Spirit is not telling you that it's right, it's wrong, or that this is even your story. They're just asking you to do the soul searching where it's needed. And right now in this dynamic specifically, I see a lot of triggering. And I see that triggering leading to some sort of self-sabotaging where this connection could be amazing. This connection could be, this could be your new best friend, not even your work best friend, but literally someone that you're going to have there for you for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Someone who might speak at your funeral one day. And I know some of you are like, Danielle, that's so hard to believe. Yeah, because you and this person are so different. You're like, nah, baby, birds of a feather flock together. Not always. Have you never seen those videos on social media where a bunny and a dog are best friends? Hell, you can look at my house. That happens here all the time. Have you never seen those videos where a human and a deer are best friends and the deer comes and checks up on them? Not all relationships from the outside looking in seem like normal. Some relationships are complicated. Some of them are complex. And that's what I'm saying here. So, I think for some of you, there's a question of whether or not you want to give to this. I don't know what to say. I don't want to, again, if this is like a co-parent, this could be a co-parent who they miss what things used to be. But not just that, there's a version of this life with you that they want. They want to be able to, maybe all go on vacation together and do things that people perceive as like weird and crazy, but beautiful. But there could be such differences where you guys fight over the little things, and the big things you should fight over, people are like, how are you guys agreeing on that? Where you guys are still in the phase of figuring it out. And I'm seeing here coming up a moment for you guys to maybe heal something that needs to be healed, but it might not be in the way that both of you want. And this could be a co-parent saying, listen, I'm doing the best that I can. You got to keep in mind, I've never had a good parent to learn from. So you're always critiquing me or saying I'm not a good enough mom, I'm not a good enough dad, but I'm doing the best I can. And that could be the moment that you're able to look at this person that you once built a life with and go, you know what, you're right, you're human. You are doing the best that you can. And sometimes I don't think that it's enough, but let's be honest, sometimes I don't think I'm doing enough. So, and that's what I'm saying. And that could be a beautiful moment for you guys to bond, but it's also an energy of, but let's not get it twisted. We still will not agree on a lot of things that we need to agree on. And that's kind of what I'm saying. So there's going to be a new opportunity, but what you do with that new opportunity is going to be up to you. And this person right now, they're nervous to approach. They feel like there's something that you need to know that would change this, but it's also an energy of, can I say it? There could also be other people affecting this dynamic. People that they have around them, advice that they're getting, things of that sort. Okay. Yeah. So, here's the thing. With free yourself, I feel like you need to free yourself from what this has been. A lot of you are going to have to get to a point where you're recognizing that you and this person are never going to agree. If this is an ex and you guys are co-parenting, you guys are exes for a reason. Probably because you were fighting and you couldn't get along. And let's be honest, you guys were not a match made in heaven. But now you have to figure it out in the co-parenting. And yeah, you guys don't share the same vision. Maybe you didn't have those necessary conversations before you got married. And that's fine, that's great, that's grand. But now you got to figure it out. And Spirit is saying the best thing that you can do is recognize that this is never going to be what you want it to be or what they want it to be. It's going to be what you two can create together in a sense of compromise. Whether this is platonic or romantic. And the quicker you can do that, the quicker you can free yourself from some sort of self-sabotaging, and the quicker that they can free themselves from it. I definitely see some sort of conversation that's going to take place that's going to allow something to kind of change and grow. But I think Spirit is just kind of letting you know that sometimes in life we set ourselves up for failure if we think our life is going to look a certain way and then it doesn't. Because then we have to grieve, okay, but is it a failure? I don't know. Is it though? Yeah, you might not be the person you thought you were going to be with, but you're loved. Maybe loved in a way you never thought you would be. Yeah, you didn't blow up in the career you thought you were going to, maybe even the career you went to college for, but maybe you're stable in a way that you once dreamed of. And that's kind of what I'm saying here. It's like recognizing that sometimes our vision isn't necessarily what's best for us, and that within itself can get in the way of relationships, our future, instead of just being able to just kind of allow things to unfold and see what it could be. And that's what I'm saying. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna leave it here, guys. Put down below, let me know. Did that make sense? I don't know. I'm still a little confused due to that heat exhaustion and all of that. So I'll see you guys soon.